Anyone see Bryce Mitchell's podcast debut? Anyone happen to tune into Bryce Mitchell's recent podcast episode that he put out, guys? If you've only seen the clip, he said so much more. I've watched the whole thing. I did a video on it. Bryce did it this time. Greetings, fat. Bryce Mitchell went all in. Based Bryce Mitchell. Don't start, chat. Bryce Mitchell and Elon should do a pod together. Oh, come on. Oh, God. Bryce Mitchell, man. Bryce. Impression of... Let me tell you about something real quick. Thank you for the $2. Hey, Bryce, I need a new bait for my fishing line. You, Bryce, and Urban need to join forces. I don't know about that right now. That might be a bit of a power move, a real blitzkrieg type move. Watched longer. He said I know, I watched it. I've done all of it. I've reacted to all of it on my video. Who's the better, Strickland or Mitchell? Strickland ain't even, dude. Don't eat Strickland's Bush League. I can't believe it, but Bryce Mitchell's made Strickland look like such a of the world, Usually not a fan of grapplers, but starting to like this guy. Okay. Thank you for the $2, Bryce. Kanye West 2.0 on steroids, Mitchell. Yep. Starting not to like grapplers, yeah. Bryce's gas tank is crazy, to be fair. Bryce interview after stream. No, we haven't got a Bryce interview after stream. Based Bryce strikes again. Thank you for the $2. Based Bryce Mitchell. I won't accept any other opinion. Impression of Bryce. Fishing with... I need a new bait for my line. You got to tow the line out. You rocking the boat. Quit rocking the boat, Ado. Breaking news. Giant thunderstorms over Searcy, Arkansas. Based Bryce Mitchell. Well, it says they have an opinion. Mitchell will end up getting 3 fights with Emmett. True. Impression of Bryce homeschooling his son about World War II. God, please, sleep. It just slips out of his soul. You know what I mean? Jeez. Josh Emmett star blowing up from the Bryce Mitchell KO. Yeah, Josh Emmett's going to have a ton of star power. This is the great... Dude, I think this is a great promo move by... He really went full heel. Bryce Mitchell kind of went full heel. If we're really being honest with ourselves, guys. I think Bryce may have gone full heel. What if this is just Bryce Mitchell's heel turn, promo the likes of which we have never seen before? In the podcast, he hit a salute, chat. Did you guys see it? I don't know if anyone saw it, but he did hit a kind of salute. Impression of Bryce mocking Ariel next interview? No, we can't. No, stop. Impression of Bryce and Ariel having a disagreement? No. It's just a shower. Rewatched Josh Emmett KO. Rewatching Josh Emmett KO full volume. Oh, yeah. Fuck Bryce, right? Everyone said this response was fast, but the interview has been out for 6 days. Oh, it has, to be fair. But it blew up on Twitter like just a fucking few hours ago, If you look at the oldest comments on the video, they agree with him. I know, I've seen. Bryce ain't wrong. God bless. All right, guys. You said Bryce has a great gas tank. I know someone who had a better one. I know, dude. My heart. Thank you for the $2. He went full heel. Yep. Full heil. Yeah. Thank you for the 8 months of membership. Damon Dean 04. Bryce Mitch Heil. Yep. Guru, when are you going to tell us that you and Bryce were cousins? Shut up, dude. He needs to embrace it and get some epic tattoos. No, he doesn't. I told you I'll get my mask. Hang on. I told y'all get me my swastika shorts. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all make me my swastika shorts. Let's be clear, you don't actually agree, right? Of course not. Bryce deserves a Medal of Honor. You know, at one point in the interview, Bryce Mitchell said, listen, I'm not saying Hitler was perfect. Bryce's one-liners in the interview are crazy, you know. Crazy. At one point, he actually said that, like, to cover himself. That was like him walking back his claims. He said, listen, I ain't saying Hitler's perfect. Like, that's some crazy hot take. Jesus. Dude, some of the things he was saying. I'm waiting for the fact-checking video on Bryce, by the way. Some of the stuff. He was getting into the Bolsheviks and he was getting into some things. He was getting into some I don't know. You can fact check if you want, I guess. I guess someone's going to make a massive fact check video and disprove everything he said. I can't wait for it. Oh, God. Oh, Jake Shields interview inbound with Bryce Mitchell, boys. You know it's coming. Impression of Bryce explaining flat Earth to Hitler. See, you've been reading in the Bible, you got to understand the firmament. Literal first episode of his podcast and the last. Impression of Bryce guiding Ariel into it. No, we can't impersonate that. People forget, man, Bryce was one of the first to recognize Piggy. He was the first to ever recognize my channel. Holy moly. Thank you for the £2. You know Dana was pressured into addressing Bryce. Yeah, he had to. They own the UFC. They're obviously going to make him address it. That was the quickest addressing we've seen from Dana White ever in UFC history. Within hours. He's up there. First thing he needs to say. Didn't even get asked about it. He needed to deliver that message.
And I'm sure you guys heard what Bryce Mitchell said. If you haven't, he said some probably, I've heard a lot of dumb, ignorant shit in my day, but this one's probably the worst. When you talk about he's responsible for the death of 6 million Jews, and he tried to completely eliminate a race of people. That's the problem with the internet and social media. You provide a platform for a lot of dumb, ignorant people. We've obviously reached out to Bryce, and when we read what he said and let him know how we feel about it, I don't even, we're beyond disgusted.
Thoughts on Dana's response to Bryce? Never seen him more heated ever. But Ari Emanuel owns the UFC, so he needed to. Obviously, it was going to be a strong response from Dana. He don't want to lose his job. What kind of fish do you think Bryce would have taken the Fuhrer fishing for? Maybe bass or some shit? Bryce been taking too many semesters at YouTube Uni. Connor Grapes woman, no comment. Jones hits wife, no comment. Dana hits wife, no comment. Bryce Hitler comment. Same day condemnation by Dana. Only fight a statement that requires an immediate press conference. I know, yeah, never before, but this one, I tell you. Notice they aren't calling him a liar. All right. Who would have thought Bryce would go from flat earth to H-man's a nice guy? Maybe that seizure really woke him up to the truth. Okay. Thank you for the $5. Weasel dropping his Was Bryce Mitchell right video. Yeah. Who really won? Hitler or Jake Shields is red pilling the entire UFC roster. Where's the lie, though? Guys, it's illegal for me to question. It's illegal for me to have the conversation that Bryce Mitchell had. So we can't go too far with it, you know? It's illegal for me to do. I can be locked up for having the conversation that Bryce Mitchell just had on his podcast. So, you know, let's just leave it at that. But yeah. Thank you for the $2 impression of Adolf and Bryce fishing. You're on total line out. Promised. People forget, man, Arkansas was promised to them. All right, guys. Stop. Impression of Bryce giving advice on the showers. No. I noticed the Jews are very media heavy in MMA. All right. Dude, the edits that could come from this are insane, you know. How hilarious would it be if Bryce comes back next fight with a toothbrush mustache? And I don't think he's going to start cosplaying, guys. Impression of Bryce checking if the fighters are circumcised. All right, Natan Levy, drop him. I'm worried because in the video I said that Bryce was cooking and I didn't, and I shouldn't have said that. But I've uploaded it anyway, so we'll see what happens. Impression of Bryce immigrating to... No, guys. Thank you for the $2. Can't say that name. Impression of Dana reading off the World War II stats like he does for the UFC revenue stats after an event. All right, no. All right, guys. 6 million at the gate. We took... thank you for the $5. Josh Emmett sent Bryce to Hyperborea with that KO. Okay. It's so norm. Hitler wasn't perfect now. Now, I ain't saying Hitler's perfect. He actually said that in the interview. Now, let me just make sure I ain't mistaken. I ain't saying Hitler's perfect. He actually said that to cover himself. Impression of Bryce chasing Natan Levy out of the UFC PI. Get back here. I'm sick of y'all interest rates. Thank you for the $2, Moshi Cats. Bryce wins his next match. He's 100% thrown up. He threw it up in the pod. I'm going to post a image of it now on Twitter. Bryce Mitchell, man. Fucking Bryce Mitchell. Would you believe it, guys? Out of nowhere from the top rope. People forget, man. Hitler was a marauder. No. Look what he did to the Jews. No, let's not do Joe Roganisms for Hitler. A marauder. Thank you for the £5. Bryce taking a nice steamy shower after training and thinking, ain't no damn way this killed that many people. There's some bullshit. Ain't no way. How soon do they announce Emmett versus Mitchell 2? Soon they do. Bryce, I did my own research. Bryce's research, Ariel Wani's address. Bryce caught Natan Levy clipping gold from the UFC belt. Oh, God, you guys are good. They need to get out of there. No, it's not a shower. Get out of there. You do not want to shower there. Get out of there. Don't do this. I'm going to get arrested, guys, please. We're just having jokes. You know, Bryce is, he's obviously wrong. Everything he said was wrong and will be immediately disproven. Because there's no, they were out the kids, though they were out the kids. Yeah, we know. Let's not. Bryce Mitchell will be very, very swiftly fact-checked on everything that he said and won't just be called a chaotic dumbass by people. He will be fact-checked, guys. So, everything will be disproved that he said. And Insult MMA Central to bring back the intro, please. You want me to fucking terminate your channel, do you?